Hi everyone, it's Sherry. I hope that you are having a wonderful day. Y'all, I am going to show you 3 fantastic ways to use the same image. Stay tuned. Welcome to my channel. I am so glad that you decided to stop by, and welcome to all of my new friends and to all of my new subscribers. Welcome back to all of my longtime friends and longtime subscribers. Thank you all so much for choosing to be here today. I know you have options, so I really appreciate you choosing to be here right now. Y'all, I have a new digital kit, and this is one of the pages in the kit. And I wanted to share with you 3 fabulous things that you can make using the same image. So I'll give you a closer look in just a minute, but y'all know what time it is. It's time to make it. All right, y'all, so here's a closer look at this beautiful 8.5 by 11 digital fall paper pack. It is absolutely gorgeous. I wanted to go with the richness of the autumn colors, and what I did was put together a collage of images on the same page. This is the image that we're going to be using 3 different ways. It'll look just like this, but we're going to make 3 different projects using this image. So we have a scarecrow surrounded by some pumpkin baskets, some ivy, a lantern, and then an I love fall. What I really like about this kit is being a paper crafter. Sometimes we have prints in odd spots and it's hard to know what to do with them. So what I did with this image is I positioned the image differently on the pages. So we have this in portrait mode with a smaller image. Then we have it in portrait mode with the larger image in case you wanted to use it that way. Then we have it in landscape, but in landscape we have it oriented to the right, and then we have it oriented in the center. So that gives you some options on how you can make various projects depending on where the image is. And that's what this video will be showing you, how I took advantage of image placement to create 3 different looks using the same image. And then in the kit we have this beautiful pumpkin and fall foliage. We have a set of cards, and of course you can print as many cards as you want. We have a large 8.5 by 11 stationery page, so if you wanted to update the family on what's going on with your family, you have this great little page to be able to do that on. And then we have the solid, so that if you wanted to make an envelope using just a solid print, you can. You can actually use any of these prints to make an envelope. So this particular kit has 8 files, and it will be uploaded in both JPEG and PNG, so there will be a total of 16 files out there. So we're going to get started on making our projects, and what I'm going to need 3 pieces with the image in the center, and then I'm going to need 1 piece with the image oriented on the right. And what I'm going to do with these, y'all, you don't have to do this. You can use these images however you want. This is just an idea of ways that you can use packs like this. And as I begin to put out more paper packs, you might see some of them oriented in similar fashions. In fact, along with this paper pack, I also have a Christmas paper pack, and I'll have those images uploaded online as well. So make sure you look at that because it's just as cute as this one, just a Christmas thing. So the first one that we're going to work with is one of the 8.5 by 11s in landscape mode with the image in the center. Again, you can do these however you like. This is just me sharing some ideas. So we have our image oriented this way, and we're going to score every 2 5/8 of an inch. So starting 2 5/8, 5 1/4, 8 7/8, and 10 1/2. Then we're going to rotate it to this side, and we're going to score at 1 1/2. And we'll turn it to this side and we'll score at 1 1/2. So now we're going to fold and burnish all of our scores. So now that we have all of our scores folded and burnished, we're going to have this narrow flap here, and we're going to get rid of the corner piece at the bottom and the corner piece at the top. So I am just going to angle in slightly here and cut across there. Cut across there and angle slightly there. And then across the top and the bottom, I am just going to angle everywhere that I have a score. All right, so your piece should look like this. We're going to take our glue and place that glue on our adhesive flap. We can fold over, and we're going to match everything. You're going to have a beautiful flat folded box that will have a really gorgeous image on it. So now we can take those side pieces and fold them in and put a dab of glue. We'll take the back piece, add some glue, and then add some glue to this piece. And then I'm just going to make sure that I have everything nice and squared. Use my bone folder to go on the inside and close that. So now we have our box like this. This will be one of those boxes that will be sealed shut. I am going to go ahead and seal it. Yes, I know I'm sealing an empty box, but that's okay. We're doing a demonstration here. You know that your box shouldn't be empty when you make it and you give it, but I'm doing this for demo purposes. So we are going to go ahead and fold that over. Go ahead and fold that over. Now, every time that I seal an empty box, you wouldn't believe how angry people get that I would actually seal an empty box. Y'all, it's all in fun. It really is not that serious. Yes, the box is empty, but when I give this as a gift, trust me, it will not be empty. I am cutting a piece, and all I'm going to do is take that piece and put it over the top. And then that way, if I want to add a decorative touch to it, I can. So if I wanted to put a piece of ephemera or something decorative, I can. So all I'm doing is putting that down so that I can get my fold marks like that. Then I'm just going to notch here, here, and here. Now we'll just take this and we'll add some glue and just put this on. Again, this is just an example of something you can do. If you want to do something completely different, you most certainly can. I might not be doing it in the video, but that doesn't mean that you can't do it when you're doing the craft. So now we have a nice little topper on this. There is project number one. I'm going to bring my scoreboard back in, and we're going to bring in the other two pieces that have the image in the center and our landscape in view. And we're going to score this at 2 on 3 sides. So 2 on the 2 short sides, 2 along the bottom, and then across the top, we're going to score at 1. We're going to do this to both pieces. So we'll take this piece, we'll score at 2 on 3 sides. 2, 2, and then across the top, we score at 1. And now we're just going to fold and burnish all of these scores on both pieces. All right, so on one of our pieces, we are going to remove the wide corner pieces altogether. So I am just going to angle in slightly at the bottom, and then we cut straight across to remove that. We do the same thing over here. We're going to angle in slightly, cut straight across to remove that. And then here at the top, we're just going to do an angle on both sides of the score mark. And piece number 1 should look like this. Then on piece number 2, on the top, we are going to remove the corner pieces all together. So we're just angling in a little bit, and then we'll cut straight across to remove these pieces. So now it looks like this. We have the score mark here. We're going to follow that score mark and cut straight out. So we cut, and then we're going to angle. We don't remove these. So we do the same thing over here. We cut, and then we're going to angle, not removing these. So now I'll bring in my glue. I'm going to place some glue on this top flap, fold it over, and stick it. Then we bring in this piece. We place some glue on the top flap center. We fold it over. And we stick it. So now we're going to join it together. We are going to take our glue. You can use tape if you want. I like to use glue when I'm joining 2 bags like this because it gives me some wiggle room. So I'm just placing my glue on that flap. Then I'm just going to take this piece and we work it into position. I'll flip it over to make sure that I have it nice and in place, and I do. So now we can get that nice and stuck like that. And now I'm going to answer a very common question. And the question is how I put a bag together. A lot of you think that I should put the bag together in this fashion. So when I put my bags together, I put them together with the flap on the inside. A lot of you are asking, why don't you put the bag together with the flap here on the outside, and then you bring that over? Well, I'll show you why I don't do that, and you can probably see it, because when I do that, I don't like the way that it looks, because you have that double seam that you're trying to get to lay flat. When I put the flap on the inside, which is what I'm going to do, and I bring one piece over and one piece up, I only have one seam to deal with to try to lay it flat. That is why I do it this way. But if this way is not the way that you want to do it, or you like it being done, most certainly do it the way that you're most comfortable with. But this is a question that I get a lot, and that is the reason why I do my bags in this fashion. I'm not saying that anyone doing it anyway is wrong. The end result is, do you have a bag? And if the answer to that is yes, then how you got that bag? If it worked for you, then it's right for you. So I am just going to bring this up. Getting the bottom matched. And I'll do the same thing over here. And y'all, I had to take my bag apart because the whole time that I was running my mouth, I was putting my bag together incorrectly for me. And that was with my seam facing front, which was not what I wanted. So I'm just adding my glue and doing it over. But now that I think about it, did it really matter because the back and the front of the bag are the same? I don't know. I'll have to ponder that question. So now that we have our bag together like this, I can add my glue here, and then we can tuck these sides in, and we are going to have a most beautiful bag. So I'm just going to bring this up because it's easier just to take that flap and fold it in. That way I know the tops match. I'll go in with my big old spatula, get everything nice and stuck, and then we'll do the same thing over here. Sometimes when I'm making these videos and I'm talking, I lose myself in what I'm doing, and so that's when I'm most likely to make a mistake. Usually if I'm explaining something, I'll stop, but in this case I think I was talking and not really focusing. So I have two strips that are cut at 1.5 by 12. I'm going to score on the 1.5 inch side at 3/4 of an inch. And usually I'll make my handles first, and in this case I didn't. I'm going to add some glue. Bring this over. And then we just need to work that glue into the paper and work the handle into a curve or a curl. Do the same thing over here. Let's go ahead and add that glue. And then we'll work it in. Then I'm going to take my handle and I'm going to put it in like this. So I'll take my glue, add some glue there, and some glue right there. So I have glue on both ends. We'll take those, put them in the bag wherever you want your handles to be. Again, this is one of those things, there's no right or wrong. However you like it and it works, then it is right for you. So I am going to take one of my clips and just clip that until that glue catches and holds. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. So I'm going to add some glue, put my handles in. I'm going to stand this up so that I can get a frontal look at it to make sure that I have my handles fairly even. Grab a clip, put a clip there, and put a clip there. We're going to let this bag sit for just a minute so that the handles can dry. And so now we're going to make project number 3. And I think that this one is my favorite. So I have 2 pieces of chipboard that measure 6 3/4 by 4 1/4. And I have 1 piece of chipboard that measures 3/4 of an inch by 6 3/4. So I'm just going to remove the tape backers from all of these. And now I'm going to take this piece and we're going to put it down right there. I'll take this piece. We're going to put it down with about 1/8 of an inch in spacing in between. And then we'll take this piece and we'll put it down with about 1/8 of an inch in spacing in between. Now I'm going to flip this over. My paper is very easy to work with, so I'm just going to stand it up to get that fold over so that I can miter. And we're going to miter those ends. I hope you guys are still with me. Please leave me a message in the comment section to let me know if you watched the entire video. I hope that you did. So now I'm going to take my glue. I could use a tape runner, but my glue is handy. I'm going to place that glue right there. We're going to do a fold over. Place some glue right here. We're going to do another fold over, and we'll be folding over all 4 sides. And so now we need a liner. I am going to use this beautiful pumpkin and foliage page for the inside. I think that's going to be gorgeous. So I just need to figure out how wide this is. It is 9 5/8. I am going to reduce it by 1/4. So we're going to cut this down to 6 1/2 by 9 3/8. And that will be our inside liner piece. And so when I place it down, it's going to fit just like that. So I am going to take my tape, and we're going to place tape on the chipboard and around the edge of the liner. And then I'm going to peel away the tape backers from the liner edge as well as the chipboard. So now we can take this liner piece and we're going to put it down like that. I use my big old spatula to start smoothing everything out and working my spine. I want to make sure that spine is nice and crisp and tight. If you're interested in this digital collection, I will have it linked in the description box below. Now I can just work that a little bit to loosen everything. And y'all, isn't that gorgeous? I absolutely love it. So all I'm going to do is I have this notepad, and it is 6 1/2 by 4, and I'm just going to put it on the inside like this. That is it. And I am going to do that using glue. And now I'm going to take this piece, put it down, stand it up for my placement to make sure I have it where I want it. I'll slide it over just a little bit. Check it again. I'm good with that. And so now I can just use my big old spatula, go to the back page and get that stuck. And so y'all, there is project number 3, which I think is my favorite out of all of them. But here's the beauty of this project. We now have a complete gift set. So once you put something in the box, maybe some goodies or something, that can be a sweet treat. Then we have this, and now we can take this, our little notebook, and put it in the bag. Totally beautiful way of presenting any type of a gift, but this gives you an idea of ways that you can use those digital prints, whether they are digital prints that I'm offering or someone else is offering. You can take those prints and use them multiple ways. So y'all, I hope that you have enjoyed this fun way that we took one image and used it in 3 different projects for a cohesive look. If you have enjoyed this video, and I hope you have, please hit the like button. If you're not a subscriber to my channel, I'd love to have you join this amazing online crafting family. You guys, as always, please be safe, be kind, be the reason someone smiles today. Happy crafting, and we'll chat later. Bye.